Hey everyone, I hope you're well. I wanted to share some new thoughts, some new writing with you, just a way of me staying authentic and transparent and vulnerable, hopefully modeling what I would love to see with all of us and with all of our students. As the past 3 years of trauma and challenge continue to unfold, I often reflect on my heart surgery and my recovery process. 1.5 years ago, or excuse me, 1.5 years into the pandemic, on October 30th, 2020, I had open heart surgery. During the 6.5 hour surgery, my heart and my lungs were put on a machine, and a very talented team of doctors and nurses replaced 4 arteries in my heart. I'll never forget the moment when I first heard, "You need heart surgery." I was stunned, frightened, and immediately looking for another option. There was no other way. I was going to go through a new door into a place I did not want to go. And yet I knew I had to move into this new world. Similar to my heart surgery, our world is also being called into a healing process. We are all being called into a new world. I believe we must accept the truth and love our way forward, discovering the power of empathy and compassion in all our relationships. My chest was opened. My heart was opened. You and I are being called to open to a new world. We're living in challenging times. The storms of change and discontent are everywhere. Like generations before us, we must learn the art and the science of survival and endurance. We must build a better world. The storms of arrogance, greed, paranoia, sexism, and racism are destroying our society. We can rebuild by recommitting to relationships and connection, by unplugging from the isolation of technology, by focusing on the common good, by turning off the addiction to violence, and including everyone with honor and respect. We need to work to close the gap of difference. We need to work to close the perceived gap of human difference. You see, we have folks perceiving and thinking that they hate each other and they've never met each other. And that's just sad. We must become known. We must become known to each other. We must reclaim the priority on humanity. We must be, quote, fierce and tender in the call to love each other until justice and healing are the same thing, end quote. That's by my favorite poet, Mark Nepo. Let me read that to you one more time. We must be, quote, fierce and tender in the call to love each other until justice and healing are the same thing, end quote. We need to focus on what needs to be healed. We need to be curious, caring, and good listeners. You see those three qualities, being curious, being caring, and being good really deep listeners, they are 3 of the 4 ingredients in becoming an empathetic human being. My heart is healing. Every day I focus on the effort to make choices that will allow me to live past 100 years. I'm now 70. We need to renew and reconnect. We need to rebuild our respect and compassion for each other. We need each other.